Good afternoon, I'm Jeff. I'm a sewer tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 19735 Northwest Quail Hollow Drive here in Portland. We're located inside the garage. We're underneath the empty space under the stairs here, the void. We have a 3-inch ABS cleanout underneath down in the concrete as our point of access. I'm going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Currently have water running. Here we go. Okay, right here at about 13 feet out, we have a hole in the pipe. The pipe is broken away there and is open to the ground, it appears. I'll get that located on the way back. You can see that piece of pipe is just kind of fallen down inside there, but it's a pretty good sized hole there in the line. Luckily, it has not allowed a bunch of stuff to come in and clog the pipe. I'll take another look at this spot on the way back out. It looks like we may have some roots that have come through there. We'll take a second look at that. That one's kind of a tough one. Kind of a similar thing going on right here, coming down from the top of the pipe. It almost looks like a shaving or a piece of plastic. That I'm not entirely convinced is roots. I think that's an excess piece of plastic from when they cut the pipe during the installation process. I don't see any obvious root hairs there. That just looks like plastic to me. And that's a spot that, I mean, you could end up getting some kind of issue there as far as debris hanging up. It doesn't look like it's happened thus far. There's no debris in that area. So you could do a auger hydrojet, something like that, to try and cut that thing out of the way. Here at 41 feet, it transitions over to 4-inch concrete pipe. And in communities like this, I recommend contacting the HOA to find out where responsibility for the homeowner starts and stops. Sometimes it's the whole line all the way out to this point here. Sometimes it's just part of it. But here at 49 feet, we have reached the main lateral. I'm going to do some locates real quick just to see where the camera head ended up. Yeah, located the camera head about 30-40 feet out from the front of the house. There's a big berm on the opposite side of the street of this home, and the line is about a foot or so into that berm there. So just on the other side of the roadway. Yeah, I really do not think that's roots there at all. It just appears to be excess plastic, kind of a shaving from when they cut the pipe. There's no root strands protruding from that area there. And on top of that, it's something you could probably drain clean out of the line by running an auger or jetter through there. That's kind of up to you. I see no evidence that it's affecting the flow. There's no debris collecting on that little thing dangling down there or on the side walls. And this one here is kind of tricky. I'm looking up at the top of the pipe. It's discolored. It looks like there may be a little bit of dirt in there. This one's kind of tough because there are some very small hair-like things poking out. This could just simply be debris. I'll locate and see where it's at really quick, but this is a very hard one to discern. There's not obvious roots protruding out. There's something that looks like it's growing down the line there a little ways from the joint, but everything in here is kind of gunked up with grease, so you don't get a clear picture of it. And that could just as easily be human hair kind of caught in the pipe there. Alright, so where I located this is making me think it is possibly roots that have started to come through here. The line comes out, so right in front of the house, right in front of the stairs, there are two trees kind of in a gravel area. And the line right here where I located it is maybe a foot. It's more like 8 to 10 inches away from that tree. So it's a very, very close proximity to it, and it's only about 3.5 feet deep. So being that close proximity to the tree and that shallow, it is very likely that this actually is roots. So it's obviously not affecting the flow in any way at this time. Roots are very unpredictable. It's hard to say if the roots are going to get worse than this and block the line or just stay like this for the next 20 years. But because of that reason, I am going to recommend a repair. It's 3 feet 5 inches deep under the gravel between the two trees at the front of the unit. It's marked with a white X. I'm going to reel back here to the big hole in the pipe. And this is another spot here. We do have some gunk at the top of the pipe there. It could be debris. It might be roots. There's a very small little hair-like thing coming out of the top of that, but it's so fine that could definitely be human hair that's caught there. I don't see obvious root strands protruding out. This up here is a little bit easier to discern just because we do have kind of it's about a 2-inch, looks like root hair coming out from that point. Which is hard to discern until you know what this thing is next to, because it could have also been hair a bit. This spot back here is also in close proximity to those trees. It's only about 3 feet away from that spot, but this one I cannot confirm whether there's roots there or not. It's far enough from those trees that it either is or it isn't, but it's a very difficult one to tell. And here at 14 feet is where we have a pretty good sized hole in the pipe. I'm going to go ahead and mark this with a white X as well. Alright, located this. This is kind of a tricky spot to locate. Where I'm getting the signal is beneath about the second or third stair up from the ground. I have a blue painter's tape X right over the top of where my signal is at, but I'm locating down through a couple of feet of, I'm locating through a stair, but that's also sitting about a foot or so, 2 feet up off the ground. So my locates aren't going to be completely dead on in this situation. They're going to be pretty darn close, but just use some caution. This is where I'm getting the signals where that blue X is, but the depth I am not aware of. I can't get an accurate depth when the locator is a foot or more up off the ground with dead space beneath it. So I was getting a locate of about 4.5 feet there, so that's accounting for all the dead space under the stairs. What I don't know is how much, how accurate that is without being up next to the ground when locating. So use some caution. I definitely recommend fixing the line here. Big hole in the pipe that's going to allow dirt and stuff to fall into the pipe and block the line and allow water to escape the pipe too. So recommend fixing that. We have the root. It's a very, very likely root intrusion at 21 feet. Again, it's less than a foot away from, it's right between two trees. They're about 10 inches to either side of the sewer line here. So good chance that is roots out there at 21 feet. So I do recommend a repair there. And then in between 14 feet and 21 feet, where the hole and the roots are at either end, we have a possible root intrusion at 17 feet. It's very, very difficult to discern whether there's roots coming through there or starting to come through. It's in close enough proximity that it's entirely possible that it is roots. So the for sure ones that I would get taken care of are 14 feet and 21 feet, but if you're already doing a repair either end, you might as well replace the entire section from 14 feet to 21 feet. But apart from that, though, the issues that I've pointed out here are currently not affecting the flow. The line, it does have good flow all the way to the main lateral and is functioning properly at this time. Those are some issues that need to get taken care of before they become a problem. I'm going to go ahead and pull the camera out. I recommend a rescope after the repair to ensure that it was done properly. And I'm going to scope backwards here underneath the garage floor until the pipe goes vertical, just to make sure this is all draining out. And it is. There's no standing water back in there.